Hi guys, welcome to Brian's Action Figure Reviews. Before I go any further, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay notified. So, Retro Wrestle Chat, episode 36, and you might notice, if you missed last week's episode, we are down a man. So, Rich has decided to take a hiatus, so you're stuck with me and Slippy Cup for a while.
Sorry, folks.
But as that big old prick Vince McMahon would say, the show must go on.
Yes, it must indeed, my friend. It must indeed. Indeed, it must. So
Grammer will be working for Tubbs eventually. He'll get there. Don't worry. He's pulling for two this week, like so.
Yeah, I got a heavier boat to sail this week, don't I?
You call me fat? Anyway, let's stop the shit talk.
Right.
This week's match is a suggestion from Brandon Munden, someone I affectionately call Brandy, and everyone else calls him that as well in the group chat we're in. So, Brandy, this one's for you. And he suggested me this match over Christmas, and we're finally getting to it. It is from Lucha Underground, and it is Rey Mysterio versus Pentagon Dark. And as you can see from Tubbs, has it in the background, Lucha Underground. It's our first time showing that promotion on the show.
Yeah.
So, Tubbs, take it away. What did you think?
I think we'll be watching a little more Lucha Underground, Brian. You know, if I'm being honest. You know. Yeah, just straight off the bat, it's a short match. It's only about 12 and a half minutes long, and I think, give or take. But it was a fun match. There was some crazy ass good spots in it. It was different from a lot of the things we've watched. I mean, like, we've watched independents and stuff, but even independent wrestling has that base design of like entrance ramp, entranceway, ring, crowd, same kind of setup regardless of where it is. This one had a very different feel, which I have seen Lucha Underground before. Now, don't get me wrong.
I have actually
seen bits of like with Mundo and stuff like that, didn't Prince Puma and things. But it was very refreshing.
Yeah.
To watch something that just felt completely different in a pandemic wrestling era that we are watching at the moment and so on. But yeah, it was really good, really good. I'd like to get your thoughts on this.
Like, when I put it on first, my initial thought was the entrance, the crowd, everything screamed ECW Mexico. The whole dark, gritty warehouse, grimy feel was fucking class. I absolutely loved it. So I was hooked from minute one because, as you know, I'm a big Pentagon fan as well as everything else, and I'd never seen him this early. So yeah, it was really good one for me. And the commentary, Vampiro and Matt Striker was on fucking point as well, telling me things I didn't know about Pentagon.
No, to add to what you're saying about the commentary, for one, I didn't know it was Vampiro until the middle of the match when something happened. As you know what I'm on about. But yeah, it was just, I just found they were calling things. Like, there was a few things Pentagon did, like when he was going for the pin, like they'd bring it up, going like hook the leg. What are you doing? Like, why isn't he the leg? Rey Mysterio is not the type. Like, Rey Mysterio is a legend. Like, he's that, like, you're not going to put him away the way you're trying and kind of bringing up that, like, things he was doing, like showboating for too long, which I said when he fought Omega. Do you remember? There was too much of it. And things about the commentary really stuck with that. They were like this is he's such a good wrestler, but this is one of his detriments. This is one of the things that gets him caught. And I was like, and lo and behold, every time he did it, he'd get caught. So I was like, that's really cool. They really had the commentary going. And Matt Striker was actually very good in this.
Well, I've listened to Striker now doing New Japan, and he's always been excellent.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing that struck me about Vampiro, right, is in WWE, and I have problems with WWE, but I'm going to use them as an example, right? When an ex-wrestler commentates, they fall into the same bubble all the other commentators fall into. Yeah. But Vampiro, when he was commentating, he talked about how he faced Mysterio and how he avoided things and it was really refreshing to like see him actually using his career experience in talking about the match, which is mad. And even the whole wearing the green mask, telling the story about how it was his original mask. I
and how many
love
the
that
original.
stuff.
Like, do you know what I mean? I agree with Joe. He did. He mentioned that as the start when he wore the mask on top of the mask, and he's done that a number of times. Ray, as you know, I am also a Rey Mysterio fan. But you know, it's a thing. I did like that they did mention that, like, oh, Ray is paying homage, like when he took the thing off and put it on the thing. It was like, you know, these little things that, you know, like, and we're really long-term wrestling fans.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so it's good to have commentary like that for someone that doesn't understand, like, oh, why is he wearing two masks? Why did he put it there? They're filling in the blanks for you. Like, I was like, I appreciate that. Well, one thing I did like about this match was that for the runtime, like, it's a relatively short enough match, but like they managed to throw in some like fantastic like stuff in it. It really, really went back and forth, and it did manage to tell a bit of a story as well. We had Rey Mysterio as the lucha legend, and, you know, Pentagon's this, like, you know, new up and comer. He's bigger than him, but then, as I said, the commentary highlights that Rey Mysterio has been in this bubble before. He's fought bigger guys and he's overcome the odds. Also, Pentagon was kind of trying to use his strength, and it worked for him a few times it didn't. But then you had, like, the thing with Vampiro commentary and things like that, you know. Like I said, for a casual fan, I mean, when it happened first, I was kind of going, what's that about?
Yeah.
So I did go and deep dive and realize, oh, that led to a match between the two.
Oh, they fought each other, yeah.
They fought each other. So,
I've heard that, like, but like.
So, you know, I saw it as a fan that hadn't seen this match, and I was kind of going, what's that about? And then I deep dived.
Like, we're going to get onto them eventually, but I might as well go. We'll start with negatives, right? Because you brought up the commentary thing. I had that down as a negative.
The commentary?
Because no, not the actual commentary, but that spot where Pentagon leaves the ring and goes over and says whatever he says in Mexican or Spanish, Mexican, says whatever he says to Vampiro, and Vampiro's like, I can't deal with this. Bye. It's like, as you said, to the casual fan, I don't know what the fuck was going on there.
Yeah.
So, like, I was really enjoying the match, so that really took me out of it. So I'd take away points for that alone. Other spots that were negative, I kind of wrote this down before the match finished out, but maybe Rey Mysterio shouldn't have won that match, because I don't know, the young up and comer, I don't know.
No, I do get that, but at the same time, and it leads back to what I was saying about, like, the story they were telling, and the whole thing with Pentagon and Vampiro. You know, he's calling him out for the whole match about not taking Mysterio serious, showboating too much, getting caught when he should be fucking keeping his eyes on the match. He's fucking kind of talking to the crowd. I do agree with what you're saying. Pentagon's an up and comer, or was an up and comer when this match happened. So maybe he should have won to get the rub from Rey. But I think in the storyline aspects of maybe what was behind this match, I think Rey was the right winner, because it bled into exactly what Vampiro was saying in commentary, true story arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
Kind of made more sense that, like, you know, like he's showboating, he's you know, into interaction with the crowd, he's, you know, leaving the ring to go give shit to Vampiro, things like that. He wasn't taking Mysterio's legend serious, or serious enough, and it got caught, and he got caught. And to be fair, he lost with a blinder. You know,
like, as well, he got his heat back at the end with the whole arm breaker thing. Like, so, like, maybe I'd say would have rather him win, but in the circumstances, like, he needed the guy who he broke his arm before, to save Mysterio at the end. So he still came out of it looking fucking $1 million.
He did, you know,
so to speak.
Like, in such a short time frame, they did tell a good story. Like, he did lose, but he still, as you said, he still didn't come out of it looking weak.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that got the last laugh at the end, really.
He came out of it inexperienced, basically. Yeah.
Yes, you know what I mean. And Yeah.
Give us some of your bad moments. What your negatives?
Um. See, I mean, it's not very like, I mean, you know yourself. I'll always say what pisses me off. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go into like I like some weeks we do, some weeks we don't. It depends on the humor. Do we nitpick? Do we not? There's some weeks then I watch a match and I'm thoroughly entertained. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not nitpicking this. Like,
Internand, everyone. It's a new word.
what did I say?
Internand.
And I don't even know what the fuck that was. I don't even know. I don't even remember saying.
Was it Eternand or something? I don't know. But anyway,
Entertained.
new words. Mexican.
Yeah,
for,
new words. We go with inter. Yeah, Brian says it better. That's a new.
It's the Mexican for entertained.
But yeah, I mean, like as I said, I mean, I agree with you on the whole Vampiro spot. For the casual fan watching this match, that's just one of those things where you're going, okay, why is he doing this? I understood it because I was listening to the commentary. Do you know? I understood that like Vampiro had kept saying that he wasn't taking Ray serious, and so eventually by him going out to give Vampiro shit on commentary, kind of, basically made Vampiro's words like, very relative, and you're kind of going like, he's completely right. He's not keeping his eyes on this. So yeah, but I do get what you're saying. It's and like when I've never seen this match, so when I was watching it, I did have that moment of, why is he going out here now?
Yeah.
Why is Vampiro after getting that? I'm like, why did he get up and kind of storm off like a child? Like I was kind of going, and then they got back to the match again, and I was kind of going, all right. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I mean, like the match itself, I didn't have a lot of like negative moments for the match. Like the usual thing, as I say, I really like Pentagon, but I think that I've been very kind of critical about Omega in the past. Is the overselling of hand gestures and just poses. Like I get it, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I do love that pose. I think it's a savage pose. I think Pentagon's whole gimmick, his character, the face paint. Like we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
I really dig that dude as a wrestler and his whole gimmick, the whole lot. As you know, I'm a big fan of the face paint and the costumes. I love it. That's why I like Ray and the whole lot as well. But I find he does it too much. And I get it, it's part of his gimmick, I mean, other people probably would say, shut up, Tubbs, what are you talking about? That's what he does. I get that, but you know what I mean? There are things I notice with him in matches. I'm going to go, you're doing it way too much. But on another strike at this match, Vampiro on commentary basically helped me enjoy this match way more because instead of me going, you're pausing again, why are you doing that? I'm going, okay, yeah, see, he's got it. I'm listening to what this guy's saying. And you're doing this shit over here, you're going to get fucking caught. And he got caught. So I was entertained. I was like, see, this is storytelling, man.
See, that's the difference a good commentator will make to any match. Like
it is.
So let's move on to the high. Well, I have it down as positives, not high spots. But anyway, positives. I've said it. We've talked about most of the match. Right, the commentary is fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
Top of the bollocks, as they say.
It was very, very high standard. I don't want to say high standard, but it was very, very well done in this match.
Also, I wrote down a load of high spots, but I think Pentagon's offense in general was just stiff as fuck. Whatever way Mysterio sold it, it was loud. It was painful looking. Like I think the kick to the back of his legs where he nearly turned him upside down. I literally went, what the fuck?
Actually, can I just mention one thing about that is, right? When he did that, because, correct me if I'm wrong, that spot is never done anymore. Like, they do.
That's your trademark catchphrase, you know that?
Which,
correct me if I'm wrong. Because you say that how often?
But no, but genuinely, like, they do a lot of angles in wrestling when it comes to, like, injuries. Working over the leg and everything. It's not very often that you see that spot being pulled off. Like what I mean is you see them, they kick the leg by the rope, but the whole kick the leg and swipe
down.
Because the reason I bring it up is when Pentagon did it to Ray, instantly thought of Mr. Perfect. Instantly, the way Ray sold it, I was like, that's Mr. Perfect. That's how he used to sell that entire section, during that whole spot. And I loved it. Loved it back when he did it. Loved it seeing it in this match.
And I think Finn Balor should watch how Pentagon does the sling blade as well.
I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this. And I mean, I genuinely, right?
Held on till the last second.
Because look, you know me, I love Finn. But it's this. It's not even Finn. It's when Seth Rollins does it as well. It's this when they hit him. They come completely off him and the guy just falls.
It's like just a clothesline.
It's literally a spinning clothesline. In midair. This one was, you saw it. Pentagon did it, and Pentagon held on and shoved him down.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how you do that move. Thank you for bringing that up.
And even the commentator said it. He held on to the last minute. I fucking loved it.
He held on. I mean, I thought at first when he first. This will tell you how conditioned we are to new wrestling or whatever, right? Not new wrestling, but when we see things all the time being done. When he did the first one and he reached out and pulled him down with his hand, my initial brain was going, "Oh, did he botch it?" Then my brain has to go, "No, Tubbs, no. He did it right. Everyone else botches the move." I was like, "Oh, well, there you go. That's how you do this fucking move." I was well impressed.
I feel like we need someone to say, "Fucking shit." No, there's no one here. Let's go. Sorry, Rich. I had to get that in there. But yeah, man, the two sling blades were fucking epic. That is how you fucking pull that move off. And Finn is Irish and all that, but he does not do that fucking move right. It doesn't look right.
He doesn't. I mean, it's not that, like I said, he doesn't do a move, but it's insane that I've seen Seth Rollins, two guys in the same promotion practically. They're in two different brands, obviously, but they're in WWE. And the two of them do the move like the exact same. They don't hang on.
But I've never seen it done that way before. And there's the guy I can't remember who does it in AEW as well, but I've never seen it done right like that before, really, to be honest.
Yeah. And for me, I was looking at this going that's how that move should be done.
Because I rewinded and I was like, what? Did he actually hold on?
It's because when you go to turn and catch him, when you do the whole thing to turn and catch him down, like when the lads do it in WWE or in AEW and stuff, they come away from him.
Yeah, it's like tag your it and down they go.
Yeah, and then the person goes this way and you go that way. In this way, when Pentagon performed this move, which is genuinely anyone that has ever seen the sling blade, go watch this match just to see that move being executed. When he does it, he literally his hand around his head
and on his shoulder, yeah,
and made that impact happen from him. So I was going, that's a really, really well executed sling blade. Thank you, Pentagon. Thank you for showing us how it's done.
Yeah, I'll let you have the next one because I have a few more written down. But go on.
Yeah.
Talk about those chops.
No, go on, run through yours.
Well, what I had down was obviously the chops.
Yeah, savage.
Vicious as fuck. They were like slaps to the chest. I had the Frankensteiner from the top rope.
The fact that two of them stood.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the tilt-a-whirl DDT outside the ring. That's where Vampiro said, "Oh, I've taken that before and I fell for that."
That must have been a double because they kept spinning.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Whoa.
Let's get your positives anyway, because I've talked enough.
You've run through the commentary, which I was very up on. You've run through the tilt-a-whirl DDT on the outside. The sling blade was definitely something I wanted to talk about. And the Frankensteiner off the top rope, which I loved. That little thing, it was just something simple. Instead of him sitting down, the two of them were standing. Yeah. It just looked way more dangerous, basically,
Yeah. Athleticism,
Actually, there's one little thing I actually wanted to notice as well is Matt Stryker says in the commentary at one point, which was actually one thing I was going to go, what does he mean? When they both were running back and forth trying to duck clotheslines and everything else, right? And Ray went to duck, and then Pentagon ran with his head, and the two of them slid on the ground. But
fucked him out of the ring.
Pentagon held the rope and he shoved Ray clean out. And Matt Stryker goes, "They know each other so well for the first time." Oh, he means that. And then Vampiro, as I said, Vampiro's knowledge was very good here. He turned around and he goes, oh, this is their first time meeting, but you have to understand Ray's such a legend. All these younger luchas have
He
probably
talked
watched
it
him
up.
for the years that they've learned how he's styling and how to counter it. And I was going, that's fucking brilliant. Like, that's really cool that you got that in there. Like,
He
but
saved Matt Striker's like.
well, yeah, Matt Striker. I don't even think Matt Striker fucked up. What I think Matt Striker was he delivered it incorrectly. He said it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was the fact that Vampire was right on to like kind of like not correct him, but just add to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Build it for him, like.
But my favorite spot of the whole match, actually, I have two. Pentagon's finishing move. What's it called?
Package pile driver.
Package.
Well,
not the package pile driver. Not the package pile driver. It's the other one. It's the.
Yeah.
The reason I loved it was because of the speed and impact he hit Mysterio with. Like he got him up, tucked, and down. I was going, fuck me, he delivered that so fast. It was just brilliant. But my favorite spot of the whole match was Rey Mysterio's 619 sequence in this match. When he hit him with the 619, and instead of going for like the top rope like splash or the thing, no, he went up and he went for the fucking Panama Sunrise, like, and he fucking killed him with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of the most impactful Panama Sunrise fucking moves. Like, you've seen it done so many times, and people do hit it fucking crazy. I think it was just the fact that it came off the 619 straight on thing. He jumped and it was just bang into the cover. 1, 2, 3, done. I was like, wow. So the ending was actually my favorite spot. I really dug the shit out of that fucking spot. That ending was really, it sealed the deal for me, if you will, Brian.
Oh, very business-like there, Tubbs.
Yes.
So, on the whole, then, what score would you give this out of 10?
I give it a solid 9, man.
Very high praise indeed.
Genuine. I was very, as if Rich was here, he would say it for me, I was very sports entertained.
It's real to you, damn it.
It is real to me and that ginger kid in the gym, my friend.
As for me, I scored this a 7. Now, I think like flow is everything to me, as I said last week.
Yeah.
And the whole commentary thing, fucking setup, whatever that was, ruined the flow of the match for me. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. But obviously, if I'm watching this, knowing what's going on, I could probably let it go a bit more.
Oh, yeah.
As I didn't know, it takes off at least 2.5 points for me there. Like, and I hate the 619 as a move as well. So I don't.
Well, I mean, the 619. It is that actually. Do you know what? Fuck it. I already remember. This is what I mean about remembering shit. Actually, about the 619, I did love in the middle of the match when he went for the 619 first. He kicked Pentagon, and Pentagon, like, literally, it looked, and I was going to go, oh my god, that really looks like so, like he literally just like wobbled over and fell on the ropes, and I was going to, like, it's clear as day, you literally just fell into that setup like you walked into it. But he didn't, because he was actually setting Mysterio up. Because he literally, like, he just got down and Mysterio went for it, and he ducked out of it and then fucking caught him with a fucking kick. I was going, that was fucking sweet. But going back to what you were saying about 619, the 619 sequence, or his move in general, that's like, I don't really like that finisher. I used to love the old one when he used to hit him
off the ropes.
Yeah, he used to do the Frankensteiner off the top rope into a pin. That was fucking unreal. And the newer way he does it, obviously, comes with age and everything else. He's gotten older, probably doesn't trust himself to do that move as much anymore.
Like I know he's a small guy and everything, but I'm not a fan of a lot of his offense in general. Obviously, the finisher in this match was insane, but like that kind of corpse splash off the top rope does nothing for me either.
Actually, yeah, I forgot to mention that was probably a bad spot for me, because I didn't like when he just fell.
Yeah, it just fall over, like, that's why I call it corpse splash.
And whoop.
But yeah, so for us that's a 16 out of 20. Now I know Rich is not here, so we'll adapt this set of numbers for the following few weeks or however long.
Yeah.
So next week we have episode number 37, and you don't know what match I picked, do you?
I don't. Are you going to
So,
tell me? Good
so
sir.
what we're going to do, as I outlined to you before we started recording, is
Yeah.
we're going to try and have a suggestion one week and then our pick, and
Yeah.
vice versa, and alternate if we have suggestions to alternate between. So,
Okay.
as you know, current Wrestle Kingdom 15, I think, was on the other night, and
Okay.
Kota Ibushi won both titles in both nights. So, from Ring of Honor Supercard, a few years ago, we're going to watch Kota Ibushi versus Adam Hangman Page. Whew.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never seen this match either, like, so.
I have never seen this. What was that for? I don't know. I definitely haven't seen it. I would have rang a bell if it did.
It was on Ring of Honor Supercard. It was a few years ago, so.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's on YouTube, so all you guys can go look it up as well and watch it before we do and tell us how wrong our opinions are, which you can do about this match as well, because Pentagon versus Rey is also on YouTube on Lucha Underground's YouTube page, and I'm going to be going back watching more of that.
Maybe we should even link the match in the end of
I will leave it below in the description.
Yeah, if people wanted to check out the match and then come back and watch these reviews.
And as always, thanks everyone for watching. If you watched, drop your suggestions to me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, here in the comments, wherever. And thanks again to Brandon for letting us know. Thanks again to Brandon for giving us this match. We have a few others, which I'll reveal next week. One from Mark Webster, which I'm sure you'll like. And yeah, so we will see you later, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the duo of Twisted Tubs and Brian's action figure reviews. And we'll see you next week. Bye!